Do you feel like it's unfair, the fact that you have to deal with that rod in your spokes all day long?
But fairness. Who?
Do you believe in something like cosmic fairness?
I don't know if you're saying this because you know the answer. I am a spiritual person and I believe in God. But these things are
Le,
really...
naf li temmen falla, naf li inti Kristjan, pero ma nafx umbat biex ta'
Like the world, for example, is the world doing its thing, what?
Le, mela.
Like fairness,
mela,
what's fair?
Ma nafx nsaqsi li
No,
jek
I
temmen
don't.
ġustizzja kosmika spiex, ta' li
We all get our own.
din il-mistoqsija li hopp saqsi ħafna Stephen Fry u Hitchens li kieku hemm Alla u Alla huwa ġust kif iħalli l-babies fl-Afrika jmutu.
So if God lets the bad things happen, then he's let the good things happen and we have a God. Great, we're done. Like if your argument is about like if you see a zebra dying, like eaten by a pack of hyenas, we don't go, ah, shit, there's no God. Like we go, those hyenas want to eat, right? But suddenly because it's a human, we're special.
So jena ma nasibx li Alla huwa jekk hemm Alla, ma nafx hekk ħanin daqskemm forsi jingħad dwaru.
Super interesting question. Don't have an answer, but I don't discuss the is there a God because of bad things. It's like
il-mistoqsija f'dak il-każ ma tiġix is there a God?
From the place.
Jena għanti mux fej rridu ħaboru, mela. L-ipotezi ta' jekk hemm xalla mhuwiex li qiegħda fil-miżin, l-ipotezija ejja ngħidu ejja naqbdu ma' part A tal-hypothesis, hemm Alla. Issa meta nara jidnaf klips lava ċiklu zebra bħal mettajt inti. U nara d-batija u eżagġerata u makabrità ta' zebra u forsi għanna omma tara l-baby zebra tikluha. Dik il-ħruxija għalija miex evidenza ta' Alla illi huwa ħanin. Żgur li setaj kieku fis-sens. Li kieku kien ukoll omnipotenti, ġifieri jekk huwa omnipotenti, żgur mhux ħanin. Forsi mhuwiex omnipotenti. Għax hekk omnipotenti naqala bibżobbu.
That I can swing with and argue it because discussing God's isu enough mood is something which I never really thought about, right? Like for me, I don't think if God is good or not.
Why do you like? Why are you a Christian?
That will definitely. Let's go for the shortest answer as always. I started Y4J at 16. I went into a meeting. Y4J is Youth for Jesus. I was a metalhead at St. Aloysius. A friend of mine invited me after 4 or 5 to go to this meeting.
Yeah.
Tempted me with good-looking females. Sajjena bil-flok ta' Slipknot xar spike kienu ċali jekk konsemmuta. And I went at Hamur Darbejja. And basically they got the Eucharist out, and in my head I remember clearly saying to myself, like, this is going to be the most boring 2 hours of my life. But then I had what I don't like to talk about because it's not personal, but I can't verify it. So I had my first personal experience with God or with something that opened my door. And then from there it's always been tipo...
Kellek moment epifaniku ġifieri?
I don't know the meaning of that, but it sounds like it, yes. So let's go with it.
Kellek moment fej...
It wasn't...
Għaraft xi ħaġa fuq l-eżistenza li ma konx taraf qabel.
It wasn't very special because I was just curled up in a ball, tipo crying, basically. So it wasn't like I was hypomanic outside running. But at that moment, I felt a certain peace, which was like nothing before, maybe not even after. But that is not why I'm a Christian, tipo... I've taken drugs and felt better sometimes, stuff keep, but that is where it started for me.
But you're not a drug addict. So you're a Christian not because of the feeling, is what I'm trying to kind of get at.
That's what got me into it.
Għax jena għafek bħala bnidem razzjonali ħafna.
Yeah.
Li ġeneralment is-soltu ħafna b'nies razzjonali, hyper-rational enough, ġeneralment jimbiedu mill-Kristjaneżmu.
Probably because I think these very logical people, if they had to continue looking at these biology, maths, probably even physics, longer, and you see how more beautiful it gets to the abstract point. So, for example, it is very common, like every mathematician of A level, Liam Mandish, will know that maths is not discovered; it's been created. Like it is kind of an agreed upon thesis that maths is not discovered, and that on its own already like should tingle something in someone. To go, what do you mean it's not made? Like everything is made. Like that is my opinion. Everything is made here.
Yeah.
So you start getting to points like the complexity of life, evolution. Like I'm a very big big Christian. I'm a failing Christian. That's what I like to call myself. I try to be a Christian. That's the best thing. Għax I'm in the house, but I'm near the door.
Dak il-biċċa ta' Kristjani, ma mhumiex
Everyone is a
ma vera
failed
ftit,
Christian.
eżatt li huma li
Yeah, we all fuck up. So there are some people like me who all gas, no brakes sometimes, which ain't great always. But anyway, the point was that so when you get to these beautiful things of biology, the complexity of life, how evolution happened, something should go. I think even statisticians, there should be more people who are religious because you'll start looking at the probability of things happening, like discovering life.
Ġiri ta' tajt inti iktar ma tħaffer fil-fond.
The complexities become beautiful.
The abstract soup that underlies it all should give you more credence in something other than simple carbon.
Exactly. This isn't kif tajt an argument for gold. By far not. But when I see someone like John Conway, who I might have mentioned before, another interesting mathematician, who famously on YouTube was asked, before you die, what would be the one thing like you'd like to know? And he said, who made the monster group? Groups in maths are basically a collection of numbers which, as the name implied, are in a group and they share a lot of properties which are similar. He had found this monster group and a subgroup of it. I might be butchering the terminology as always, because as I like to say, street terminology is what I have. And to see someone like him pondering about something over maths, tipo...
Monster group ma numru ta'
basically, it's
numri.
Exactly.
Grupp ta' numri.
Exactly. And they have
specific speċjali ma.
Similar characteristics. Now what that characteristics are, I will not go into, not because I'll bore you, but because I don't know them. I read it once, what the monster group was. I read it in detail to make sure I'm not seeing a TikTok video of a guy.
U zik taf xinu, s-soltu inti tkun fact checker. Ma l-lum għas istandur fuq li tkun qiegħed bil-qedem
even if
fact check monster group numbers.
Even if you ask me to check it, it's like I have nothing to come back to you as apart from it's there.
Memx il-Webster definition taħħa.
I'm sure there is, but way over my head, right? Way over my head.
So
he is a known atheist.
Nasab ġuni għati provajtina daqqatitem.
Oh. There you go.
Mela. In group theory, the monster group, shortened to M or F, is important. It is also called the Fisher-Grease monster or the friendly giant. It is a group of finite number of elements, which is equal to 2 to the power of 46, 3 to the power of 20, 5 to the power of 9, 7 to the power of 6. M'għandix idea.
Exactly.
X'inhu r-raġunar, speċjal pattern x'inhu.
Correcto. I don't know why. As I remember at the time, and if I read an hour of it, I'll get there. But the point at my head was, I'm seeing this atheist who loves maths, who is revered in maths, and it's not really his dying question. I mean, probably if he was at a deathbed and they told him, like, what do you want to know? He would have probably said, like, get me all the food or something, like, or something better. But still, the fact that he asked, and it's his group, it really shows that you get to places where it won't make you a Christian, but it'll be hard to say you're not an agnostic at that point. Tant jiġru affarijiet with life, for example, the fact that we are talking, mind-blowing. Mind-blowing.
Żgur li hija biżgħar. Naħseb huwa fenomenu għalija il-fatt illi maħniex daqshekk anzjużi fuq il-ħajja.
Why would we?
Ġifieri tant aħna sirna kapaċi, jew tant l-evoluzzjoni għamlet kapaċi li niġu distratti b'affarijiet dejjem nitfgħu goals għalina nfusna, mela irdu nafnaddu mill-eżamiet tal-iskola ma tisbu ġob tajjeb u mbagħad irdu jinaf l-isbaħ tfajla u dejjem isu ngħaddu minn objettiv għal objettiv għal objettiv. U isu f'diklazzjoni kollha qatt naħseb kważi dik nagħmlu hekk bħala defense mechanism għal fatt li aħna ħajjin u biex ma rridx nikkontemplaw, ma som. Kif ma kontx u f'daqqa waħda kont u issa mhux se nkun. What is the membrane that separates existence from inexistence? And can it be so all just a big exercise in probability? And there was a cosmic roll of the dice, And what the dice showed eventually was planet Earth with biology, with fauna, with flora, with humanity, with Miley Cyrus, with Eminem, with Julian sitting there with the headphones and like how improbable is all of this? It's all a bit. It's all a bit.
Yeah, if you want to send you a
disturbing,
video of
like
how
what you say.
improbable it is, in fact.
Il-mara ta' FDR, sibili di, il-mara ta' FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, kienu saqsewa, what do you think about the afterlife? Għalet, no, I'm fucking it up, Julian find it. But she says basically, well, it wouldn't be any more weird for me to turn up in another life than it has for me to turn up in this one.
That's damn right. And
Which is a pretty eloquent and smart quip. The other quote I wanted to refer to was Louis Pasteur, għal-kem naħseb li mhux vera Louis Pasteur għala. Naħseb kien hemm numru ta' xjentisti li speċa baqgħu. Le, Louis Pasteur li biochemist, speċa li sab li id-deni jiġi minn ċertu bakterja, u mbagħad għalhekk nippastorizzaw il-ħalib. U dan, insomma, saħaq fost naħseb anka xjentisti oħrajn għallu biex meta tkun taf ftit xjenza issirata jew meta tkun taf ħafna xjenza ma m'għandekx mod ieħor li temmen li jeżisti Alla.
Li m'għandekx mod ieħor I definitely disagree with because you could be face to face with God and tell him.
Sure. But you know,
but for sure, and I really believe that if you are
19th century scientists, you know, hyperbole is like they're big. They have a big hyperbole game, and that's why I like them. Sorry, konta tajt?
Oh, no, I think that was the point. So the more you look for whatever you want, and you really look for it intently, I think people start to diverge to the same place. I'm not saying it's God, damn no, but it's interesting.
But you are a Christian, so you chose
for sure.
The part of
the dark side.
Well,
I'm joking, yeah. The light side, I guess.
Mela, tlaqna?